Hi everybody, hope you are all doing well. Welcome back to another Wellness Wednesday. Today I wanted to talk to you about kind of the side effects, perhaps, of losing a lot of weight. And by a lot of weight, I mean upwards of 100 plus pounds. I am down 150 pounds, and I knew some things would happen to me, but I guess I didn't know if I knew everything. Not at all like that would change me, losing the weight. It was obviously the healthy thing to do, but it's interesting to kind of just look and see what my body is going through now that I perhaps didn't really know would happen when I lost all the weight. So first off, I definitely noticed obviously loose skin. I have loose skin within my arms, probably more so definitely my left because that's my non-dominant arm and hand, but it's not terrible. I definitely have a decent amount though, but I am lifting, and that's so important. I think when you are losing an excess amount of weight or you're trying to lose a lot of weight, when you are doing a lot of cardio, it's good, sure, but you need to be building up your muscle. You need to be getting in a lot of protein. You want to build that muscle because that will help fill out the skin. It will help to, grow things that you want to grow, like muscle. And when you have more muscle, you're actually going to burn a lot more fat in that whole process of just working out anyway. So I am continually trying to build more and more muscle. I lift weights, and I definitely try to do at least body weight kind of exercises, either for squats or whatever it may be, to just really try to make sure that I am firing up my muscles and not just, I love going on walks or, I've gotten to appreciate running a little bit, but I definitely think you need to do more than just cardio to help if you are kind of learning or starting your kind of weight loss journey and you have a decent way to go. Try to incorporate weightlifting as soon as you can because it will definitely help you in the long run of everything, especially when it comes to loose skin. I have quite a fair amount of loose skin on my upper and lower belly as well, kind of where my waistline hits, just because when I was at like 350 pounds, I really expanded there the most, and that's where I see now just a lot of where the stretch marks were, and just the loose skin. And for me right now, I'm in a place where I'm not so bothered to the point where I want to have surgery, but a lot of people do have excess skin removal surgery. I just saw somebody, I can put her Instagram below. I can't remember her name, but she went through weight loss and she lost 130 pounds and she went and had a tummy tuck to get rid of the excess skin. She had 6 pounds of skin. So for me losing 150 pounds, I probably have close to 8, if not 10 pounds, and that's just the 6 pounds they removed from her. So that's another thing to think about that I often don't think about either, is how much weight I've lost is probably an additional kind of 10 pounds on top of that because of how much skin I just have left from my body, of how heavy I truly was. It's not going to just magically disappear. But if you do the weightlifting, that definitely will help so that it's not as noticeable, at least in my opinion. Another thing for me, my boobs. Like, as a woman, it's definitely something that will change, and usually when women fluctuate their weight, their boobs will definitely fill out if you are heavy. I mean, I was probably close to a triple D. I definitely had large boobs when I was overweight, but boobs carry fat, and now I'm probably just a B cup. I need to get new bras and I need to probably be properly sized, but my boobs have definitely changed. That's just kind of part of it. They also are probably a lot lower than they should be, but again, that's not something that I would deter anybody from. If you're losing weight, you are doing something to help your body to survive longer and be alive longer. That is so much more important. And if you're scared at all about what other people will think, or if you're like in the dating scene and you're worried about what other kind of male figures will think or female figures will think about your body, if they can't appreciate that you are trying to do something better for yourself and losing weight, you don't want them in your life anyway. Like, move along from that toxic behavior. You are bettering yourself, and as long as you love yourself and you respect yourself for what you're doing, that is what matters. That's what's so important here. But I just want to bring it up because it is something that I look at myself and I'm not always pleased with, but I have to always remind myself that would I rather be that 350-pound girl, or would I rather have kind of some loose skin and saggy boobs? I would rather be this girl right now. Another thing that I didn't really think about too much, hair. And I've never had really healthy hair or nails to begin with. Maybe hair more so than nails. My nails have always been pretty crap. But my hair, this whole kind of front section of my hair is very thin. I don't use like heat tools on my hair, if ever. I perhaps in the past year have used heat tools once, twice, maybe 3 times. I can think of 3 times that I used either a curling iron or a flat iron, that kind of thing. But yeah, my hair, definitely I lost a lot of hair, and I am still losing hair, and it is something that bothers me. It's not my favorite thing, but again, it's similar to what I just said, is I would still obviously rather be the size I am now and be healthy than worry too much about my hair. Hair is such a vain thing to think about. Look at me, haha, I'm hilarious as I wear a full glitter-based makeup look. It's just because I love makeup and it's a form of art. But anyway, what I'm saying about hair, it's just something that I definitely think I use to try to hide myself and hide my body, and it just is slowly growing back here. I do have some kind of smaller little baby hairs that are growing in, so I do think with time it would kind of help, but there is just a lot within here that it's very piecey, it's very thin, and that's because of the weight loss. It's because my body kind of went through the starvation mode of me not having the amount of calories that my body was used to. And it's just something that I really didn't think about. I don't think I ever thought like, oh, my hair would change so much within this process, but it did. Another thing that I noticed, and this will happen, all my fingers got smaller, my wrists, everything really does become much smaller. I had to actually size down my class ring from high school, which I normally wear. I'm not wearing any rings today, but also just how full my face looks. I definitely see more wrinkles now than I used to. I just don't have as much natural fat within my face. So that's just something interesting kind of to note, and it's just another side effect of not having as much fat on your body. But again, these are not things to deter you from losing weight. This is just to kind of inform you of the changes that I've seen in my body after this whole, 150-pound journey of losing the weight. But yeah, overall, I am really very happy with myself, where I am, how much work I'm putting into myself and my body, and I would not change it. Even though I don't have skin where I really want it to be, and I have too much skin, I guess, where I want, and I have hair that's not as what I really want, and I have maybe perhaps a face that has some wrinkles, I would still definitely take all of that over me being obese. And as a girl who grew up always being the heavy kid, I think it's so important to just have an open dialogue about being heavy and being overweight, and how much of an issue that really was for me, and how much I used food as an emotional kind of mechanism to try to make me feel better. And I really needed to probably be in therapy young, and just kind of really seeing what the actual issues were and understanding why I was getting to these places. And a lot of it deals with just low self-esteem and all of that, and that's something that I've definitely talked about. Learning to love yourself is so important, and that's why I kind of want to bring this topic up, just because throughout all of this, it's like I have to learn everything again and love my body all again. And one thing that I think about often too is just the body dysmorphia that I have. I look at myself and I don't quite recognize who I see, because I've my whole life never seen myself this weight. I've always seen myself overweight, and so has pretty much all my friends and family and people that know me. They know me as being the overweight girl, and I'm still somewhat overweight, but I'm so drastically different from what people remember me as. It's hard for me to even realize how far I've come. I'm probably a size 12, 14, and I was close to a 30. I think my biggest pant size that I had was a 28. So it's just so weird to think about that and kind of the contrast of everything, and knowing that when I look at myself in the mirror, I am that small. I am who I am seeing. I am that person. It's just one of those things, and I know women probably in general see themselves and think of themselves as much larger, but that I think stays with you and is something that is a mental thing that will take a very long time to kind of overcome. And for me, I even have a hard time just shopping for clothes. Not like I'm really shopping for clothes a whole lot now because I'm working from home and there isn't really a whole need for me to be dressing up, but I still have a hard time just going to now like regular kind of clothing retailers. I still go to like plus size stores, and because for me it's comfortable, and I'm worried about how clothes will look on my body, and I'm worried about kind of doing different things, and I do want to kind of explore that a little bit more. Maybe I'll show you some outfits if I buy them. I think that would be really fun, and it would be interesting to just kind of see me explore a different side of myself and more kind of in a style vein of things, because I've always adored fashion and I do really enjoy the visual medium and arts and everything. So perhaps we will see that in the future of me just kind of trying on some things and we can see what we think of them. But yeah, I hope perhaps this video may help you or just kind of enlighten you a little bit about what it's like to lose 150 pounds and hopefully motivate you, because that's really why I want to be here and why I am here, is to motivate and help anybody who is trying to become a better you. You know, I want you to be the best you possible, and I want you to be so happy with yourself and just determined to kick down any door that's in your way and march through it with pride. And I just truly think that when people are themselves, they are able to help others even more. All right, everybody, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you on the next one, and wherever you are and whatever you may be doing, I hope you're able to do something you love every single day. All right, guys, bye.